what are my greatest fears living here in Thailand? It comes up every so often, and I think the last time we covered this subject was back last year around about this time, maybe September last year. I'd have to go back and look at my records. Coming out a bit early, well, why today? What brings the subject up today? Well, over the last week I've just seen the Australian dollar collapse internationally from, I think we were getting 24.3 early last week, and now we're down to 23.3. We've lost a whole baht to the dollar. That really impacts my life here quite seriously. And it's only just one of those fears. It's something I can't control. So what do you do about those sort of things? Anyway, we'll discuss it today as we go out for lunch, and I've got to do a 90-day check-in. And seriously, 90-day check-ins, I don't worry about that. That seems to be something that I've been doing for 8 years and never been a problem. Oh, it's a bit difficult when it's back in Chiang Watana, but living in Nakhon Pathom, it's a completely different story. Anyway, stick around. We'll talk about it. Okay, darling, come now. Kun Sawai, you don't need the centimeter.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Okay, well, you're driving today? You want to? No.
I forget.
Okay, so let's hit the road. We got busy day.
Not busy day, but you put ma.
What you doing? Huh?
Put ma every time, every day. Hi, everybody. Have a good day. For see my video. Okay, just wait here. Okay, ready now?
Yeah, so what are my biggest fears? Well, as I said, the dollar has just completely collapsed last week. And that presents a big issue in my life because I have a budget, right? And it just means the fact that, if you lose an extra 4,000 baht a month off your spending, your spending pool, right, it makes an adjustment in your life. Now, 4,000 baht might not seem much, but during COVID, around a couple of years ago, it actually dropped down to 19 cents. And that was just ludicrous. Trying to sort of make it, fit with your budget was impossible. But my biggest fear right now is the fact that this is just warning signs of the fact that the whole system, the global system, is about to collapse. And I've been watching the sort of, the financial reviews around the world, and people are in a panic right now. They're sort of moving money right now. I believe what the biggest problem is, they're moving money into Japan, because Japan has a very stable economy, and they're also buying into Thai baht because Thai baht is also considered to be a very stable economy. But the American dollar, oh my God, it is just completely, well, it's not completely ruined, but it's definitely going backwards. And of course that affects the Australian dollar as well. Now, we've still stayed on par with the Australian dollar and the American dollar, at that 63 to 65 cents mark, which has been like that for a few years. But right now it really just sends the telltale signs that something major is about to happen. How is this going to affect my life going forward? Now, as I said before, I have a lot of money. Well, not a lot of money, but I have enough money to live out my life here in Thailand. But that whole thing was based on the 75,000 baht a month spending, and it's inflationary adjusted, probably going up to 80,000 baht a month in a few more years and so on, right? But really, it meant the fact that without anything upsetting the apple cart, I could live here till I was 80. But now I'm looking 75, and if it keeps on going this way at 72, where's it going to go? I have no idea.
Darling, you okay?
I'm fine.
You're not thinking a lot?
I do think a lot. I always thinking, my mind is
the world can change many times, but have only one thing not change.
What's that?
Me.
Yeah. That's one thing we do like, is some stability in our lives. I'm pretty sure you're the same. You know, you like things to be the same as they were yesterday, but right now it's very hard to predict what's going to go on. It does send shivers down my spine. I don't worry about the whole, you know, immigration thing like I do. I dot all the T's, cross the I's, the whole thing, and you know, that's a fairly straightforward thing. Yeah, we are only guests in this country, but that's never really worried me. As long as I behave myself and do the right thing, I'm never really going to have a problem with immigration. But again, they could turn around tomorrow and just say, well, we don't want you here anymore. Thankfully, what we've been seeing recently is a big push to get more and more people into the immigration system, like the new 60-day visa exempt stamps, the new deal to destination Thailand visas, and so on and so forth. These are all moves to get people to come here into Thailand and enjoy themselves, because Thailand is really an enjoyable place to live and even to visit if you're coming here for a visit. Always look for staying a long time if you want, as long as you can. Stay as long as you want is, you know, the whole idea. But yeah, right now, these sort of things, these money worries are starting to really sort of impinge on lifestyle. One of the things I was going to show before I left the house was, you know, we had the house built, bought the house just over 3 years ago, put an extension on there for Mum's kitchen and sewing area, and that thing there wasn't done properly. We've had an 1.5 inch movement in the ground underneath that corner, and now the door doesn't close on the bloody building, and of course it's pulling away from the main building, because the main building was built properly with what they call the pylons driven down to bedrock at 20 metres. But when the family's friends built the extension, they only dropped those damn pylons that are 6 or 7 metres. They never hit bedrock, and I thought, this is just going to be a complete waste of time, and I don't know how long it's going to last. But these are sort of things I can't control. What do you do about those sort of situations? But anyway, we're throwing it out there. Like, what are your greatest fears as well about living in Thailand? Because I know people have got fears about living in a foreign country, and so let's cover those little basics of what people really feel about that. I want your feedback, and give me some ideas, talking points that we can probably explore at some stage. Now, did I mention the fact that she's now got a taste for coffee? Weird enough, but it's Amazon Cafe coffee that she likes the best. Not Starbucks.
No.
Starbucks, my Roy? You like Amazon, yes. Anyway, so we're just halfway to immigration. Stopped up at the Port Tortor here. That's actually a pretty big Port Tortor. They've got quite a range of shops here, this one. Anyway. Come on, inside. Or you want me to wait here? No, you can go inside. You can go inside. In my mind, the whole living in Thailand thing is fairly much a paint by the numbers system. But I've been watching some of their stuff. I think Integrity Legal is one of the channels I do watch, keeping a bit of abreast of all the latest gossip. Benjamin, he does a pretty good job. If you haven't checked his channel out, the link's up there in the corner. But yeah, like I think he was saying yesterday or the day before, this whole, taxation, is Thailand and a taxation of foreigners. Well, yeah, okay. What they're doing is they're introducing, or widening the tax base, because, quite a lot of people use Thailand as a bit of a tax haven, if you know what I mean, and they're trying to just, bring that in under some sort of control. Does that affect me? Well, I don't have an income. Well, I have pocket money, as I said in one of the recent videos. I have pocket money from YouTube. But when you start to look at the expenses for running YouTube versus the cost of running, you get the whole, how much you make on YouTube. I run at a loss. Okay, it's an end of story. If you look at, travel around, tear fares and everything else. That's why I try to wrap everything into, if I'm doing something, then I'll bring the camera in my hand and we'll film something. I'd like to go out and do more of exploration and something on the spot stuff, but as I said, for me to walk out of the house, it cost me 1,000 baht. you know, when you look at food, travel, and everything else, you know, there's $40 just for making a video where you make $5 on. You guys can help that if you join the Patreon or something like that. You can help defer those costs, and maybe I'll get to a point where it becomes something where I can equalise it and actually doesn't come out of my pocket, if you know what I mean. I've always been trying to do the right thing and give everybody a snapshot of how life works here in Thailand and what you can expect to see and deal with on a daily basis. Nothing sensational. Life is life. You know, we all have a sort of a limited time on this planet, but right now, as I said, that limited time seems to be getting smaller and smaller. Of course, I have a fascination with all the dystopian sort of movies that you see out there and TV series, you know, and every author or, you know, production house is always get an idea of what a dystopian, you know, future is going to look like. And again, it's nice to get a bit of other people's points of view, because, you know, what I see, it's such a fine balance. The balance of what we have now. It only requires the electrical system to break down for 5 days. That's it. We're toast. The whole system would collapse. Petrochemical industry collapsing just as a unified system. You know, we're trying to bring in this green society. But, you know, seriously, the amount of people employed in the petrochemical industry, no government can afford that, right, to have to re-employ those people. Right, and you can see that all these little things are niggling at the status quo, right? They're all having a contributing factor that's going to eventually reach a tipping point. Well, in my mind, it's going to reach a tipping point, and that's what scares me the most. You have frappe coffee? Why you like frappe coffee?
Oh, before I don't like.
But now you
but
like.
I go working make up in the morning every time, but somewhere no have M100 pan. Just wait for 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. for Starbucks open, and I just try with the boss before. And feel okay.
Feels okay.
But I like smooth coffee.
She likes the frappe. Yes. Yeah, but that's part of it. Like I don't know if you know, like you can get the little bottles of Red Bull and Emeroy at any 7-Eleven, but when it comes to those the Red Bull smoothies, well, you know, they're always done at those little sort of street side kiosks, and they just don't open at 6 o'clock in the morning, if you know what I mean. So she's had to change her taste into coffee, which doesn't worry me, but of course life changes. Again, you might be wondering why I don't use the online system for the 90-day check-in. Well, because it's an online system. Another one of those things that it only just requires a country like America to turn off their edge routers in the country, and that's it. The internet will basically fail, right, globally. Right, any one country can upset that apple cart, and would you rely on, you know, worry about the fact that, you know, you go to click on the link and the thing breaks, and yeah, sorry, those sort of things worry me as well. Although it is my entertainment as well, like, you know, gaming and online sort of interactions. It worries me. It worries me if it would actually break, right? What would your life be like here? We might have to sort of get back to the 1900s, if you know what I mean, hunting for food with, you know, with slug guns and things like that. Can be a bit scary. Anyway, that one there, I'm just waiting for she would decide to use the bathroom while we're here. But yeah, like, had a queue. I had to wait for one person. But interesting enough, the officer on the queue there, although she was sitting at the counter, I think doing doing the yearly extension, he actually slipped mine through, and I didn't actually have to wait. Just sat down there for 5 minutes. It's always the same out here. Never really have a problem if you come around about 11 o'clock in the morning. I guess it gets busy first thing when they open up, and it also gets a little bit busy at 1 o'clock. All immigration offices around Thailand will close between 12 and 1. That's it. If you get in there at 1 minute too 12, they'll usually sort of try to service you if they can, or they'll tell you, I'm sorry, come back at 1 because we're going to have lunch. I don't know what it's like at Changwatan. They're really strict about that sort of thing anyway. But yeah, it doesn't worry me. But you know, the whole internet sort of thing, yeah, that worries me. It's always great coming out this far west to the immigration because we always get to see some new cafeterias that aren't in our local area. Why did you choose this one, darling?
I just looking in the map, but it says very yummy for steak, for anything.
Very yummy for steak, okay. Sounds like we're eating steak for lunch today. Okay, we had kalpat gung last night. That was quite yummy. Mum made that. Night before, I did spaghetti bolognese. Mum loves my spaghetti bolognese, always. She says, nobody in Thailand makes spaghetti bolognese like I do. Anyway, we're going to find a nice little place to hang out without the music so we don't have to deal with that. Okay, go this way, go this way.
Daddy, have lasagna.
I don't want lasagna, I want steak today.
Wow.
Changes the order. She can come here for steak and now. I give up sometimes. But yeah, look, getting back, look, the things that worry me living here in Thailand, or worry me about being able to live here in Thailand, is the things that may impinge on my ability to live here in Thailand. I don't think anywhere in the world is going to be better than where I am now, because when you start to look at Australia back home, the cost of living there has just got out of hand. And you know, if you were retired early back in Australia, yeah, you'd be in pretty much strife right now. This is one of the reasons why I retired early. I wanted to enjoy my life and deal with the problems that arise. And you've got to ask yourself the question, like, do you wait or do you go now? This is a real big challenge, right? You know, my idea was the fact that I want to enjoy what I can when I can, while I can still work or still enjoy it. You know, walk around and do things. And my arthritis is being problematic, but it's manageable. It will get worse over the years, and we'll have to deal with it when that comes up. I do have health insurance and things like that that may also offset some of those costs, but we'll worry about those things. We'll burn those bridges when we get to them, if you know what I mean. Things looking forward to going ahead. Like, I've got to start to think about, you know, this YouTube channel. It is an option, you know, to maybe sort of offset some of the rising costs. And this is not a money grab video. I'm very much anti-money grab. I think everybody is like me, you know, we're always trying to make ends meet. And me, I just got to cut down on certain things, you know, if I want to make ends meet, which is the way I've always done it, you know, like when I was saving to leave, you know, and I was socking money away in the bank, you know, before I came. Yes, I made money from the sale of the house as well, that went on top of everything else. But, you know, I'm one of those people that, you know, always had plenty of money socked away in the bank before I started, if you know what I mean. But again, you know, do you sit there and grin and bear the, you know, 10 years, or like if I look back at 2020 to 2024, it was crazy. It was a crazy time. Next, getting back to the things Rob Ben sort of said, now the government's looking at, oh, we're going to have to put taxes on people, you know, more tax, widen the tax base because we're losing money from the sale of condos. Well, how about the fact is you shut the country down for 3 bloody years. What do you expect going to happen? Who's paying the bill? You told us back then, seriously, you told us back then we all have to tighten our belts, if you know what I mean. Well, we tightened our belts. We got through. You know, Shania lost, you know, business for 3 months before she was allowed to. You went again? She has. Oh my God! But yeah, she had to shut the business down for 3 months, and then of course, you know, after that, then you got COVID, and people don't come out, and everybody was, you know, really struggling to make ends meet. And now we have the same situation. The government's going to say, oh, sorry, we can't make ends meet now. Well, tighten your belt, right? This 10,000 baht giving to all the citizens. I think the idea is good, right? Because that's how we in Australia avoided the recession back in 2008. The government gave a handout, I think it was about $2,500 to every Australian to keep the cash flowing through society. But the strings attached that they're putting on this 10,000 baht thing for the ties here, it's a little bit like, you're going to start to ask those questions. Why are you doing this? We also sort of saw them. There's been like 26 million of their budget over the last 12 months lost in lost revenue from certain projects that they've been doing, right? And then they're going to sort of go and throw out another 26 million and give it to the people. I don't know how that's going to work. Look, Ben explains it a lot better than I do. But it's those little things that sort of you start to think, we don't like change. As a species, we like things the same. I'm a little bit different, the fact that I was in an industry that was always changing. The average change in society was a yearly based thing, but in the IT industry, changes happened every 3 months. We just saw some recent sort of, writing on the wall about how it's so interconnected, with that big outage that we had a couple of weeks ago. Basically took down airlines, took down everything. You got to sit down and worry about those sort of things. They're not Thailand specific, they're global specific, and they're the ones that really worry me. I think I'm in the safest place here right now. So moving forward, we're going to see some changes here. I really enjoy going out to the city on Friday, catching up with all of my friends, and not everybody likes that style of video I'm doing for the Fridays. You don't have to watch those ones. I'm trying to schedule it in such a way that you'll know which ones to watch and when to watch them. Like the video I plan to release on Sunday will be this video. It's our weekly lunch, discussion video. When we go into Bangkok on Friday, it's our wandering around exploring Bangkok sort of video. I think Jerry's also thinking of doing something similar on his channel. And and it's only just me and Jerry at the moment, but again I'm going to throw it out there to the other YouTubers here in Thailand. I am very approachable. I do have stipulations. Approach me on Discord, right? I don't want to be part of the system of Facebook and Twitter and everything else, where you just look, my data, my privacy is mine. At least with Discord, I can have a down to earth conversation with people without fear of being listened to by some third party organisation who will then use that data to serve me ads, which I don't want your freaking ads, man. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. I don't play that game. If I could just turn a switch and just turn it all off, I'd be very happy, but that's the way the system goes. But look, getting back to it, what do you want to see on the channel? As I said, we're trying to engage people to come up with some ideas. I'm in Nakhon Pathom, or the eastern side of Nakhon Pathom, just on the border of the Bangkok province. So I have got access to the city, and I've got access to Nonthaburi, I've got access to West. We can go around and do things, but anything more than a 30-kilometre trip, that starts to put petrol costs inside of that as well, and accommodation costs if we stay overnight. This is why I avoid doing those sort of things, and it's not daily life, which doesn't really fit with the channel. I enjoy going on those little trips, and it's always fun. But anyway, I'm looking for ideas from you guys. What do you like to see? Another question I'd also sort of say is, the videos, I always tried to aim at that 15 to 20 minute mark. But to do 2 videos a week, those videos are getting longer, right? But also the algorithms sort of don't like, multiple videos per week. What am I supposed to do here? Like a video every day, every second day, every third day, cut them down to 10 minutes, 8-minute pieces, I don't know. I can't think that way. I'm trying to sort of make friends and engage the community out here to see what you guys like. I'm somebody on the ground. I can do things for people and help you out in that decision-making process. So all I need to know is, what do you want to know? What do you want to see? We've talked about the transgender issue, but I don't want to make the channel about transgender issues. Yeah, so she picked this place here because it's basically, everything is, if you can't see it, they're homemade homemade style. So I got the pork chop, prick thai dam, and this one here you got
คุโรบุตะ
what?
ไทยซอส
Thai
คุโร
sauce
บุตะ and with the Thai sauce
Yeah. It's a pork chop. Pork shoulder. Yeah. Bon appetit. She doesn't like vegetables. Why you not like vegetable? You only like som tam. Cry, chai cup. Eat the coleslaw. That coleslaw was yummy, darling. The sweet potato was yummy, mixed together. Very good. Yes, believe me. So this place is called the Garden Eatery. There'll be a map pinned down below. The steaks that we just ate there for lunch, 610 baht and 5 satang. 5 satang, really? But that's the way the tax system works over here. You know, we always talk about the baht, don't worry, there's 100 satang to every baht, so it's like the minimum denomination of the currency here. But just 5 satang, seriously. But yeah, tax is a big thing here in Thailand, and their government is trying to tax everybody. Shouldn't affect me at the moment until, you know, I start actually earning an income. I've talked about that before. But outside that, there's a really nice little garden, garden cafeteria, and they make really nice steaks. So if you're out this way, definitely pop in. And I'm guessing they're still doing it up, trying to make some extra sort of outside seating and everything else. Yes, I always like these little garden cafeterias. They really sort of have a certain feel about them that just, you know, you're back to nature. I don't know, it's just one of those things I really like. I don't see much of this in Australia. I never saw much of this in Australia, well, partly because I was always working. I never really got to explore that much. You know, you got to chase the dollars when you're working, don't you? Especially when you're in Australia. But anyway, so look, again, hit the comments down below. You might be thinking, oh, he's going to close the channel. No, I have no intention of closing the channel. I'm just sort of getting it out there and just saying, this is what needs to change. I need to do things about this. I've been playing with this game for 8 years now, and well, I think I'm getting better, but it's one of those sort of things. What is better? What do people want? The stuff I watch is all technical stuff on YouTube, and technical stuff on gaming, technical stuff on life in general, finance, and that's the sort of stuff where I watch. I don't really watch this sort of stuff, the daily life in Thailand, because, well, I'm living it. But, there's a few channels I do watch. You know the channels I'm talking about. Anyway, peace out. We say goodbye from me, and...
Bye-bye!
What's this one mean?
Mini heart
Mini heart.
and love.
Love you.
Love.
Love.
And
I love you.
I love.
And
Love and I
and
love.
mini love. And me. Peace out, guys. No, I don't love you. It's all right. She loves you. Okay. Bye now.
I want you to live.